So, Tony Khan, when he first started AEW, and all the way up until now, his cronies and his fans all say the same thing. Tony Khan is a owner for the wrestlers. He puts the wrestlers first. He always thinks about the wrestlers. And if you want to work for a good guy, just come on over to Tony Khan and come on over to AEW, and he'll take care of you. Well, that turns out that isn't always the case because according to Dave Meltzer, well, let me just read you this report here. Um, the Lucha Brothers, Penta, Penta El Zero Miedo, and Ray Phoenix won't be coming to WWE together right away, as Ray Phoenix is sticking around for sticking around AEW. Golly, I can't read today for longer than expected. WWE has been interested in them for a while, as Fightful reported that Penta openly told someone close to him that he'd already had conversations with WWE earlier this summer. However, Phoenix and Penta are still under contract to AEW. Over the last week, there was talk that Phoenix may stay in AEW longer than expected if AEW adds time to his deal for missed time. That is going to be the case. In the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer reported that Penta is going to WWE when his deal is up, which is within the next 2 months. Meltzer wrote, as far as Phoenix goes, right now AEW is tacking on injury time, which is nearly but not quite 1 year. It's about 10 months. Um, Khan made both significant offers to stay, but they would not sign a new deal. Phoenix is yet to publicly comment on the situation. Well, this is not, I will say this is not unheard of in the wrestling business for major companies to do this. I believe that Rey Mysterio famously had when right before he left WWE back in the day, before he did Lucha Underground and he did All In and all that stuff. Um, Before he left to go do all those things, WWE tacked on a bunch of injury time to his contract. Now, as far as I know, this isn't automatic. They could choose whether or not to enforce this rule or not. So Tony Khan is choosing to make Ray Phoenix stick around for another year in AEW where he does not want to be, where his brother won't be. And the whole reason for doing this is because rumor has it that Tony Khan feels that if he does not enforce this now, other wrestlers won't, will not want him to enforce this in the future, and they'll be able to come and go as they please or whatever when their contract is up. Now, I will say though, WWE has never came out and said, "Oh, we're for workers' rights and we're doing everything we can to protect the workers." And no, WWE has always said it's a business, and if we enforce these things, it's a business decision. AEW, on the other hand, Tony Khan is always hugging the guys and shaking their hands and having special snowman parties with them and everything else. So this kind of goes against what AEW believes in. AEW was the company that does a lot has happened this year with this Tony Khan. AEW used to be the kind of place where we don't release people. We just don't sign them again once their contract is up. Well, this year they released a few people. Dolph Ziggler's brother being one of them, I believe. I could have that wrong. He might still Nick Nimitz might still be there. I don't know. Anyway, they did release a few people earlier this year, and now it's we won't hold people back if they don't want to be here. Then they shouldn't be here. Well, now in Ray Phoenix's case, he's forced to be there for another year when all he wants to do is leave. All he and here's what kills me. Tony Khan, is still going to pay this guy. He still has to pay him. Those 10 months or whatever the case may be, those are 10 contracted months where he will get paid. And it remains to be seen whether or not he'll work during this next year. Um, I suspect that Tony Khan will be jobbing this guy out like crazy over the next 10 months. Or Or he could spend the next 10 months buttering this guy up and to where he signs a new deal. That can happen as well. But I just find it funny how Tony Khan's a one. He's there for the wrestlers. He's there for workers' rights and all this mess. Well, when one of your workers wants to go and wants to leave and wants to join the big time, you pretty much cockblock the guy because he was injured, and you're choosing to tack on that injury time. That is your choice. Do I think it's right? Honestly, it depends on the situation. It depends on the athlete. These guys haven't been on TV for a while now. Let them go. Just let them go. What's going to happen in 10 months after you finish jobbing him out? He's just going to go there anyway. So why continue to pay this guy for 10 months when you don't have to? And it's not like he's going to be hurt when he does jump over there in the next 10 months. So to me, it's not smart business when you're in, when you're having competition like this and you tell your people, oh, I'm for workers' rights, I'm for wrestlers' rights, and all this and that, and then you do something to hamper somebody's career and to where they can't further advance their career like they want to. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below, and we'll see you down the road.